Emmanuel, so you are a finance guy, you're a trade guy, you work one of the world's largest banks. How have you been monitoring what's happening from the US? How seismic has the tariff policy implementation by Mr. Trump been in terms of your outlook? So let me see if your mic is working.
Thank you.
Yes, I think it is.
Thank you, Bernard, and good morning to everyone around the tables. So, Bernard, if you ask me, it's quite going to be varied in terms of how these geopolitical tensions when it comes to global trade and its impact on our economies, especially African economies, and particularly the economy of Ghana. The direct impact, as Michael indicated during his presentation, we might see it as quite minimal, but there are ripple effects that come to fore because of this. And I'll cite an example of what will happen if this tension continues to exist within these big players, where if the big players like China and the rest of Europe are being locked out of getting access to the European market, the swiftest and quickest intervention is to explore other markets, and they will turn their eyes on Africa. What will that mean for our production businesses in Ghana and on the African continent? What does that mean when it comes to direct investment into the continent? And I'll cite an example around the steel industry, where US is restricting importation of steel into their countries. What then will happen is that these China is the largest when it comes to steel manufacturing. They'll be exporting these into the African continent, and particularly Ghana. What does that mean for our steel industry? What does that mean for economic growth, impact on GDP, inflation, unemployment? So for me, I see this as a very big thing that we need to take a critical look at. But then, Bernard, my other point is we've seen such tensions in the past.
Okay.
As a country, I think we are too late, and maybe I'll say it's never late. We are too late in time in strategizing and trying to navigate this maze of geopolitics. And I like the point Michael indicated where he says we need to build trade intelligence. We have Ghana Statistical Service. What can they do? It's good to have a handle on your economic data points and do research and all that. But we should be taking keen interest in what is happening in other people's backyard. And that should guide us in navigating. I believe if we had this and is informing policy strategies, this wouldn't be much of a challenge for us. We are just caught in the web because we are really not prepared as a country for to navigate this.
Wonderful. Let me take the first time thought. Thank you, Emmanuel.